Hello, fellow Hunters of the Blue. How are all of you? Can you hear me well? Okay, perfect. Hello, I am Juan and I hate painting blue. Do you have anything hobby related that you hate painting or doing? Well, you are in the right spot. This is the PBA support group, a place where you can ask anything, and I will try to help you get over all those hobby related questions or doubts that are not that you have. So please ask away, and if you don't have any questions, I probably will be cleaning some mold lines on some marines that look like they are all trim and dust. So ask away. Hello, run with scissors. Heather is asking the troll question of what brush do I use, but I guess I have to answer that. I use Rosemary and Kosia, Series 33, size 3 and 4. Yeah. As I said, I will be cleaning models if you're not asking questions. Yeah, I know you couldn't resist. Should I answer any of the questions that pop up in every video, like what do you hate blue, or do you use just water with when you're doing glazes, and all those questions. Mitchell Daly, I really enjoyed your videos on PowerShell. Helped me achieve a great result on my first attempt. Do thank you for that. Thank you for watching. It's my pleasure. What's your favorite color to paint if blue is the worst? Yellow and red. Probably red. I have to say, Vallejo are better than Citadel in everything except peeling off, but I do love some Citadel colors. Yeah, Vallejo colors have a couple of things that I don't like. Number one is they peel off really easily, especially the model color line. And another thing I don't like is the colors can change quite a lot from one batch to the other. I've had in the past bottles of the same color, the same name, that are completely different. And also they tend to change a lot when dry and wet, more than Citadel. Mark Jarvis, hello Juan, what projects have you coming up and that you are working on? I said I'm cleaning mold lines for some dusty marines. That I wanted to make the Iron Warriors heavy contrast video first, but I'm waiting for some parts to arrive. So at the moment while I'm waiting, I will probably record the Thousand Suns heavy contrast first, just because that's how it's turned up. And I also finished painting King Knight. Yeah, I'm really excited to finish him. Carnoctis asks, did you try contrast plus normal layer paint mix? I've done a bit when I'm trying to, if I mess up when doing contrast and I want to replicate the same color because I have to go over it, I sometimes mix contrast with a layer paint to try and get that same result. but not in my regular painting, no. Have you tried A.K.B. 3rd generation acrylics? They've become my go-to paint. I think they are BMC but better. Yeah, they are the exact same colors that Vallejo model color, like really the same range. And no, I haven't. I really want to try them out. I think I've heard all by good things about them. They seem to be quite good paints, but I haven't had the chance, no. Will you ever paint a whole NMM Stormcast, or are they just the legs? I'm also hoping you do a masterclass style video like Darren Latham's Blight King's video. Okay, yes, I have painted one blue, one red, and this I will finish painting him with the top in gold, and I will paint more of them. The legs is just a convenient part to paint, and in the case of King Knight, his legs are actually copper, so and the rest is gold, so that was convenient. But if you watch the Shield Knight video, I paint the leg for the video, but then I show the whole finished model. Yeah. And about the masterclass, I've thought about it, but I don't know. I will have to find a model that I really like, and maybe I don't know, maybe in a while. Maybe in a while have a lot of things to finish first. Whatever happened to the Ballista? Yeah, that's a good story. I was sculpting back when I started this channel, I was returning to the sculpting world, and I started making some things that I would like to see for my armies and half-finished sculpts. And one of them was a Bretonnian Ballista, so like a massive bolt thrower, but for Bretonnian. And I actually printed, and I actually started it. This is the base, this is 3D printed and 3D modeled. And I have other bits here, and a bunch of bits. So yeah, a lot of things. But no, I don't think I will ever finish it. Sorry. And if I do, it will be just for me. I have no interest in selling models again. I mean, it was fun while it lasted, but after a while it became a chore, and at that point I'm just not interested. If it feels like it's work, then I don't want to do it. Would you ever paint Silver Arrow, a demon of Shins, or whatever, how that is pronounced? Yes, I will. The idea of the Heavy Contra series is tackle paint at least one thing from every faction and the two of the main games. So Age of Sigmar and 40k. So yes, it will probably happen at some point. SGT Apache, thank you for providing such awesome content. Thank you very much for watching. I really love your how-to videos. So many great tips and tricks. Are you planning to do some videos about conversions? Not really. I will keep making sculpting videos when I have to actually sculpt this, whatever I'm doing for the channel. But apart from me sculpting things that I need for the minis that I will be painting for the channel, I highly doubt I will do any conversions or sculpting videos. I like making sculpting videos, but the truth is they take a lot of effort as painting videos do, but they perform so badly that it's really discouraging, and it feels really bad when you put so much effort into something and then you see that literally no one is watching it. So yeah, maybe. But I think, talking about sculpting videos, I think there is a trend with all the sculpting channels, because the best sculpting channel in the whole of YouTube, which is Tom Mason's, go check him out. He's absolutely amazing. Even his, which I consider are the best sculpting videos ever made, he has like an average of 1,000 views in all of his videos, and that's really, really, really sad for me. So yeah, I think people are just not interested in seeing sculpting videos for some reason. I don't know why. Any advice on preparing metal miniatures and finding some surface just won't be tamed by the knife or file? No, metal miniatures are a pain in the ass, and I hate paint and I hate working with them. I do have a video planned where I tackle preparing and cleaning each and every one of the different miniature materials. Those of you that are on my Patreon already have seen the plastic one, and I plan to upload a resin and a metal one to Patreon first, and once I have them all, I will combine them into a single video for YouTube. That's because I need to pack some content into there. But yeah, it's probably coming. Yeah, Ram with Caesar says I don't think he paints metal minis. I do when I have to because I love Middlehammer minis. It's my favorite GW. Let's say range, all the Middlehammer. So I have to paint metal whether I like it or not. But if I can get even fine cast, I prefer fine cast over metal. So yeah, I just say that. Have you ever thought about making a tutorial for handling and painting and sculpting with resin? Handling and painting, sculpting with resin. Yeah, as I said, I will be making a video of tackling all the different materials. First will be resin, will be probably coming very soon because I have some resin minis that I'm very excited to paint for my Dead Zone team. And I will probably do the resin one for the Patreon, and once I do the metal one for the Patreon, I will combine them all into one video for YouTube. As I said, no content will ever be hidden exclusively on Patreon. I will always release everything, but some content is just not good for YouTube alone, so I will have to condense it. I will have to merge it into something that it's good for me. I know how to paint blonde, Seraphim Sepia wash and Screamer Skull highlights, but how do you paint platinum blonde, like the Lord of the Rings elves or P.A.B. Breaches the Singer? Okay, that's a very interesting question. Probably starting with something like Wraithbone and very thin layers of, I don't know, probably... I would probably paint it like the Sisters of Battle, like the white hair that I did for the Martyred Lady Sisters of Battle, all in grays, and then probably do a really, really thin glaze with Seraphim Sepia or a Skeleton Horde or something that is yellowy, or maybe Cassandra Yellow if you want more blonde, but really, really thin. There shouldn't be almost any color in there. People say that the paint hair grain, it's in white. It's this crazy old 90s GW minis. There are some really awkward textures, and you consider liquid green stuff something to get smoother finish. Yes, with old metal minis, there is a lot of texture in the flat areas, but I just don't care. And if you want to feel those, try the Milliput plus isopropyl or alcohol trick. Just makes it create like a very thin paint and just paint it over the texture, and it should cover almost any gap. Marco Frisoni made a video about that mix. Go check it out. I'm really sure all of you know Marco's channel, but it's just look for Marco, not just Mecha, I think is the name of the channel. What is your favorite Stormcast model? Mine is the Silver Tower Knight Questor. Well, if I had to choose one that I haven't converted myself into something cool, I think it's the Conquest exclusive wizard girl, whatever her name, Chandria Surbold or something like that. I really like that model. I painted it actually. Javi is asking what type of minis I enjoy more painting, futuristic or fantasy. I think I really enjoy painting fantasy more, but it's not something that I get to do a lot, and not because I don't just do it. It's because I only paint armies, and sometimes you just need to step down from painting armies and just paint something that is not armies. But I have some elves there that I will finish one day. As far as prepping metal, I don't know, but use green stuff with glue to get them to adhere better. Got a tip from this wobble. Yeah, that works better. What I do now for metal minis, because I like to just have them not to come apart ever, is I pin them really well, really tight, and then I use JB weld, so they are not coming apart. It takes about 24 hours to dry, so you really need to have them pinned really well. But once they are there, it's just not, they won't break ever. Fran is asking where from Spain I am. I'm from Bilbao. Heather, the real Iron Hand, is asking, how do I paint my apothecary to fit in with the rest of my Iron Hands? Would metal medium plus white work? I'm not sure. I think I will just paint it bright silver, if I'm honest. Bright silver is the equivalent of white for me, so I think that would be the best idea. So if I were you, I will just probably paint it bright silver and then add details to your taste. Torbreen asks, do you only paint GW minis? No, actually I paint also Mantic minis from the Dead Zone range. Dead Zone is my favorite game ever. And I paint my Asterians for that. And soon I will be painting GCPS and probably some Enforcers too. Try Dead Zone. Dead Zone is amazing. Nicholas, hi Juan, to help you paint in blue, have you ever considered wearing tinted glasses? Yeah, that's a good trick. I think the thing with painting blue is I don't like painting straight up just pure blue, like one in the back. I think that's very boring. But I do like painting teal, so I always tend to add a bit of teal into the highlights, and that makes it really good. Or try some more desaturated blues, like I did for the Shovel Knight. One side is teal and one side is desaturated, and that works really well. Greetings from Chile. I love your content. Have you tried Green Stuff wall paints? They use them, but the finish is really shiny. I may be doing something wrong. Sorry for my potato. Your English is completely fine. Sorry. No, I haven't tried a Green Stuff wall paint. I don't know why. I'm just not interested in the range. I haven't heard any bad things about them. Maybe they just require a lot of shaking. But even if they are shiny, one coat of ultra matte varnish will take that back to flat really quickly. But try shaking them more. That's the only thing I can think of. Sometimes some paints, I know Army Painter paints do this, tend to separate a lot. So it's a lot of medium and all the pigment is separated. So if you don't integrate it well, the medium is usually really shiny. So that can happen. tips for thinning using metallic paints such as GW Lead Belcher. Find it hard to work with. Yes, thinning metal paints is a pain in the ass. That's why when I paint for myself, not for the channel, I tend to... Oops, my light is dying on me. When I paint for me, for my base coats, I use Vallejo Metal Color. These paints here, they cover amazingly well and are just so good. I use them for my base coats. They don't need thinning for brush work, and they are just amazing. But yeah, you want to thin them, a bit of water and patience, because they are a pain in the ass. Although with Lead Belcher, I found I had an old pot of Lead Belcher that was shit, and then I got a new one, and it's really good. So I think, and that also happened with Retributor Armor and with Balthasar Gold. They all have new formulations, and the new one is actually much better than the old one. The color is a bit different, but but it's really much better. Do you use any magnifying equipment? That's a skin. Ayesa Harding, sorry if I butchered your name. Do you use any magnifying equipment when you paint? Yes, I use magnifying glasses. When I'm doing detail work, well, everything is messed up. Oh, they have some glasses that touch here that I have lost. They should be somewhere there. They are really light and comfortable. I use it all the time because it just helps a lot. Oh, I think oh yeah, sorry, Round with Scissors, I skipped one of your questions. I watched your interview video with Vince. Any plans to do any other interviews? And if so, whom would you interview if you could? No plans for doing more interviews. That was just a one-off because I really wanted Vince to feature in the Interview with the Artist series, and he isn't going to interview himself. So no, I really don't plan on doing interviews. But if I did, as he is doing the artist side, I may consider doing interviews to other content creators that may not be considered for that type of interview, like P. the Wargamer. He's a fantastic guy. He makes a ton of videos, puts a really hard work, but he's not like the guys featuring in Interview with the Artist. He's just a regular painter, paints a really good tabletop standard, and again, he's a fantastic guy. So if I did, I will probably do something like interview with the content creator or interview with whatever. You get the idea. If I miss any questions, please just ask again or tell me I missed it. Nicholas says, really enjoyed the Shovel Knight video. By the way, it was really fun to make and is one of the painters I'm most proud of, so thanks. DS 16 tips on breaking the metal look on Caradron Overlord. They looks really shiny and all shiver and copper from far away. Yeah, that's a hard one. I think adding weathering could be one idea. So adding, I have a planned video on Caradron Overlord. I will paint in an Arcanaut. I think it will be soon. I don't know when, but it will be probably in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. So expect that. But I will paint it really close to the box standard. So also, if it shines too much, if you thin down or if you apply a layer of wash, that will dull it down, of course. And you can even apply a wash, do the highlights, and then apply a wash again. Maybe thin down with like a medium, and that will tone down all that metallic shine. But yeah, adding weathering can break really big metallic surfaces, so like grime or some stains or some verdigris to the copper. Fifth or sixth edition between sixth. Fifth edition was really good. That was the edition when I came into the miniature world, and I have really fond memories of that edition. But the truth is, the minis are much better in sixth. So I do like better the how they call the Errant Knights from 5th edition, and what I did is put them in the 6th edition horses. So it's a perfect combination. So happy to hear you wear magnifying glasses. I do, but sometimes feel like I'm the only one. That's helped me a lot. Yeah, magnifying glasses are a must. I really don't get why some people will say that they don't want to wear them, because okay, we only come with the set of eyes that become as standard from the factory. So, and there are no replacement parts. So any help that you can give your eyes, it's always welcome. So, yeah, use them. How many more legs are we going to see painted? Probably a lot. The thing with legs, especially with the Stormcast and doing NMM, is they have all the shapes. They have spheres, they have cylinders, they have complex curves. They are literally the perfect surface to showcase NMM. Happy to help. Runs with scissors. Mr. E, which VPN service provider do you recommend? None of them. Just use your normal browser. Something that people doesn't know is that normal browsers, Chrome and I think Firefox too, but Chrome has it, now have encryption as standard in their normal use. So there's really no need to use a VPN. Have you ever think to do a collab video with another painter, like a challenge or else? I've talked about this with Angel Giraldez and with Pete the Wargamer, but the truth is, we always start talking what we want to do and whatever. But the truth is, we always have to reschedule, and in the end, it just doesn't get made. It's sad but true. I've tried to do it several times, and it's just never the right time. It's always something. So in the end, I just decided I'm not going to do it, just because I just like to make painting videos, like painting tutorials. I don't want to make challenges and all those things. That doesn't fit with me. I just want to make raw painting tutorials and these live chats, which I think are really fun. The copper inventory was great. I could watch you paint boxes and I'll be happy. Thank you. I'm really proud of the copper recipe, actually. Like really proud and happy about that. That was something that I'm extremely happy with. So I really appreciate people that like that. Yeah, exactly. Chrome-based, I know Chrome-based browsers all have encryption integrated as standard in all their use. So VPNs, the only thing that VPNs provide is changing the region that you are appearing as using as being in for that browser. So if you want to watch content that is blocked for your region, then a VPN makes sense. But for all the rest, there is just everything they say, and you see all those ads, like all of them. They're all over YouTube, like that they make your internet connection more secure. All your data, that's bullshit. They don't make anything, actually. It's just bullshit. So if you want to appear as using internet from another region, use it, and if you don't need that, just don't bother. They will just rip you off of your money for no reason at all. Thank you, Climinitus Prime. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. Oh wow. How long have we been streaming? Oh, 43 people, 46 people watching. Thank you very much. Let me see. Okay. Miniatures, conversions, and dioramas by Frankie. Hello from Belgium, just upgrade stuff. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. As I said, if you don't have any questions, I will probably just keep cleaning mold lines because they are not going to clean themselves. Also, I will probably try doing a live stream of me painting at some point. I have 2 cameras now, so I can do it, and I need to configure all the setting. But I'm about Samuel Paris or Paris, whatever. I'm about to attempt your golden MM recipe for the first time. Wish me luck. You don't need it. You just need to do it. Just it. Just do it. And if it doesn't go well, just try again and again, and just paint over it. Don't strip your minis. Phil Brumby, what do you think of the Armory Painter minis ever used? I'm learning to paint and have a set, but finding Vallejo and GWF tried so much better. I haven't tried them, so I can't talk with knowledge, so I prefer not to do it. The things I've heard are not good, but I haven't tried them myself. Funny thing with Armory Painter, I got offered not by Armory Painter, but by an online store, a set of Armory Painter paints in exchange of making 3 videos for them. I just told them to go and shove that set of paints up their, up their asses. I have no interest in doing that kind of videos. Also, 3 videos that take a lot of work for 1 set of paints. I don't want them. Thank you. But yeah, as far as I know, Armory Painter paints. All the people that all the things that I have read are people telling that they are quite troublesome, and they can. I know they have some good colors, but like every range. But from what I've heard, I don't know with property. But I think people say they are not as good. But don't know. They do say the washes are really good, which I will probably try at some point. Yeah, Ram with Caesar says, but Citadel and Vallejo are much better. Yes, those are my 2 main brands. I do want to get some Chimera and some Pro-Acryl paints because I've heard so much good things about them, but I need to save up a bit of money. Where did you get the music for your videos? It's so goddamn relaxing. That's another of the big questions. That's from the YouTube audio library, and I downloaded it about 2 years ago, and I really don't know the name because I renamed it to background. So it's background on my computer, and I don't know what the name is. It's from the YouTube audio library, and I'm really happy with it. Thank you for answering my question, Mark Jarvis. Oh, of course, mate. Whatever you want. You're one of the chosen ones. Mark Jarvis is one of my patrons, so remember, if you want to support me, you can join my Patreon. The link is down below. Ariel Sasinski, why King Knight? Because King Knight is amazing. And if you don't know who King Knight is one of the bosses from the Shovel Knight video game, and is my favorite one. It's also the first one. Michael Galida, I'm hamburger or pizza. I am a pizza guy all the time. Miniatures conversions on diorama by Frankie. Have you ever used a Stylner Res primers? Not because I don't own an airbrush, but if I ever do, those will be the ones because I've heard they are the best. And I've heard that from people that I trust, so probably it's true. Um, Claminitus Prime. I was wondering, were you ever going to non-contrast painting for your marines? I know everyone has done normal painting videos, but I find everyone has their own style to paint them. I highly doubt. As I said, I don't plan to paint any more marines after the heavy contrast marine series is done. Just because I've already painted 18, and I really think 18 marines is more than anyone should ever paint in their life. So I highly doubt I will paint. I will maybe paint a grey knight, just because I got one from one of my patrons in a box that he sent me, and I will probably paint him, but nothing more. Any painter has two things decent: metallic, silvers, and shades. Else is quite relative. Again, no idea. I own no army painter paints. I find GW paints always get the job done and are easy to work with, more flexibility or adaptability. Citadel paints are my favorite, by far. A couple of reasons. I like the range. I like the color selection. I think is really clever. And there's something that people just sometimes overlook. And I really think their system is really well designed. And I also really love how they behave. My favorite paints by a long shot. What do you think about the Scale 75 scale color paints? By the way, also an anime copper video. I don't Scale 75 paints. I love their metallic range. I have them all, and I think they are fantastic. They are my go-to highlight metallic paints when I'm not painting for the videos, for the heavy contrast series. I want to keep mostly Citadel for my videos because they easier to get paints, and I know people is the brand that people use the most. But when I'm painting for myself and I'm painting something metallic, I usually base coat with a Vallejo metal color or some of the warmer tones from Citadel if I want a warm wall or whatever, and then I shade and then I highlight with the Scale 75 metallics. As for the rest of the range, I don't like them. I have a few. I've tried them. They are okay, but I don't know. I don't know why, but I just don't like them. I'm not saying they are bad paints, but again, for some reason, I'm just going back and back again to Citadel. It's just my go-to range. Juan, have you make sculpting with some 3D software or else, or do you stick with tradition? I stick with tradition. I will let the 3D modeling for more modern folks. I just like the feel of sculpting with putty. I use 3D modeling software for my work. I use it to make models to then cast. I am a goldsmith, some of you may know, so I make 3D models of my pieces of my jewels, then get casted, and I do it with Rhino Gold, with Rhinoceros, and with a plugin that is called Rhino Gold. It's fantastic, but not for minis. I don't like that. Heather asks, pineapple on pizza. Yes, I actually like pineapple on pizza. My favorite pizza in the world is this is going to sound really weird, but it's meat, minced meat, pineapple, pulled pork, caramelized onions, and what's that called? And goat's cheese. That's my favorite pizza in the world. Michael Galida, you're the first person to say my last name correctly. That's because I'm Spanish, so I know how to pronounce certain things better than English people. Any video on shiny black armor NMM style on the making? Maybe, because I will inevitably paint black Shovel Knight for the Shovel Knight Stormcast collection. So he will be black and he will be NMM black. So yes, but I don't know when. Ayesha Harding, thanks for answering my question. You pronounce my name perfectly. I wonder if you had an artistic background, natural artistic talent outside mini painting. Yes, I've always liked drawing. I've worked as an sculptor for Urban Mammoth for a while, and I've always liked to make things with my hands, like crafting things and sculpting and painting. So yes. But as for studies, when I studied goldsmithing, I did it in an artistic goldsmith school. So I had to study arts as well as goldsmithing. So yes, I also have a background in arts that I studied for that. Samuel Paris, would you ever consider having a small palette cam in your videos? Yeah, I have been thinking about that for a long time. The problem is, I need to get a cam for that, first of all, which I don't have the money for at the moment. But and then I need to run another arm of some kind to hook that up. And if you see the whole setup that I have for my painting videos, I have 4 articulated arms in front of me at the moment. So maybe I can show it to you. See all my arms here, 1, 2, there's one here with the light, for the one with the mic here. So I actually need to figure out a way to rig that up. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing it for a while, yes. What are your favorite minis to paint from the GW range? A Stormcast. For the modern range, a Stormcast and Space Marines. Maybe not Space Marine. That's a tricky question. Primaris Marines are some of the most delightful minis to paint that I have ever painted. They really paint so well. It's so smooth. All the surfaces are smooth and crisp, and everything is just right. But they can be tiresome. As for a Stormcast, I really like painting a Stormcast. I think they are fantastic. And from the old range, Britannia and Lizardmen are my favorite to paint. That's awesome. It's my pleasure, and thank you very much for joining the YouTube members. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That's my first YouTube member. Everyone else is on Patreon. So really welcome, and I really hope you like. There are some videos there that you can watch that are exclusive to members and patrons. So take a look there. I think you will be able to see it. I think there is a post in the members tab. So take a look at that. As a beginner painter, I like said GW paints. I just feel right personally. If I need to mix and experiment with techniques, yes. It's the only person in the world that likes pineapple on pizza. Maybe I am. I just really like the mix of salty and sweet. It's really pleasing to me. That mix is a good one. You take one that's a pear and honey pizza. It's really freaking good. Yes, I've tried that actually. Pear and honey pizza with blue cheese. That's really fucking good. Well, there you go. That's this video demonetized. And it's for a good cause, because it's for sweet ingredients on pizza. Pineapple chunks, hopefully, yes. Pineapple chunks. We need a Patreon pizza meet. Yes, we do. We actually need to make a Patreon meet at some point. As I said, I'm planning to attend the next Golden Demon, so I think that will be a great place to meet. Heather says, stop showing off all your arms. Some of us make to do with just one. Heather, some people, I'm guessing most of you don't know, but Heather is an amazing person and a true inspiration for me. She lost an arm. She was a hobbyist and lost her left arm, which is her dominant hand, on a motorcycle accident, and she just started painting again thanks to my videos, and I'm really this is so humbling. And she is painting with her non-dominant hand. Have you ever tried to paint a miniature with your non-dominant hand? Because that is so difficult. I tried and it's not easy, and she's doing it and is doing an amazing job. So yeah, I'm really inspired by her. I would love to know, what do you think the best way to make autumn leaves for basing? I'm trying to make some Halloween autumn themed Nighttown. Get the green stuff wall leaf punch things, and then get some coffee filters, paint them with some shades, regular flesh shade, Frugen orange, Cassandra yellow, all of that. Just place all those shades on the coffee filter, leave it to dry, and then punch out the leaves, and it will be perfect. Oh, Nicholas Fresnel. Oh yes, you are actually you were the first YouTube member, which sorry, but I didn't get notified of that. If I don't know if you can send me a message, but if you can't, have you joined the Discord server? And if you haven't, please join the Discord server. And sorry, I completely missed you. Really sorry. Urban Mammoth, I had no idea. Looking at what you like from that, so maybe you did Syntha. Yes, I did Syntha. I sculpted the big robots for the Syntha line, and the Medusa android. One of those. Are you collecting the Mortal Realms magazine? No, I just bought the Sandria Surebolt number and a couple more to paint for the videos. That's all. Yes, and it's a fantastic collection, actually. I want to say thank you for all the free teachings. You are a great painter, and I have learned. Thank you very much for watching. It's my pleasure. Thank you, Kevin. It's my pleasure. What is the next Golden Demon? I have no idea. We will just... It will be in the UK, but I have no idea when or where. That's for GW to decide. By the way, if you ever try streaming Magic, go to Twitch. Amazon Prime users have Prime Twitch for free, so may support economic you at no cost. Okay, that's good to know. And also, I do have Amazon Prime myself, so that's good to know. I can support people at no cost. That's fantastic. I will have to look at that. Thank you, Javier. Yeah. Do you ever do sanital priming, or do you just avoid them for your videos? I don't do sanital priming. I understand why people do it. It just no serves no purpose to me. I like to paint. I like to start with a solid coat, and so I will have covered all the sanital priming anyway. So I'm just not interested. Yep. How long have we been streaming for? I have no idea. Oh, 50 minutes. That's fantastic. So do you have any more questions, guys, that you want to ask? This is the time to do it. I'm having a really good time and I don't want to stop. My wife would probably think otherwise, but she's actually fantastic. She is great. Congratulations. NIF, he or she has got an interview at the Army Painter, is now working as an internship. That's fantastic. You should look at your shirt. You can purchase it down below. Thank you for watching, Billy. That's appreciated. I have a friend called Kevin who learned a lot from you, but he's too shy to ever tell you. Could you cheer him? Yes, of course. Keep up painting, Kevin. Just keep painting, keep watching the videos, and keep painting and trying to be better. The best way to get better at anything in life is just trying to be better. If you don't try, you will never be better. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Can you share your top 5 favorite paint colors you like to use? Yes. Let me think about it. Vallejo Metal Color Dark Aluminum or whatever. Mephisto Red. Aberland Sunset. Rackard Flesh. That's 4. And probably, funny enough, Sunny Skin Tone from Vallejo. That is so good. Have you any big projects coming up for the channel? I will just keep painting more NMM colors for the Stormcast range. And for the Stormcast Shovel Knight project. And that's basically it. I will maybe showcase parts of me building a diorama for Golden Demon. Maybe I need to see if I can actually do it on camera or not, but that's probably to come. Miniatures conversions on dioramas by Frankie. Do you use adjustable balls in your paints or use a boarded mixer to mix them? I have a boarded mixer and I add glass agitators to all my transferred Citadel paints. All my Citadel paints are transferred into droppers. Yeah. And I have agitator glass beads in them. And I use a boarded mixer on top of that. Dedicated gamer, we know your favorite pizza, but what's your favorite beer? My favorite beer, it's called Sammy Klaus, and it's absolutely insane. It's I think it's 14 degrees of alcohol, so 14% alcohol. So good. You only need to drink 2 to be very drunk, and it tastes amazing. I think it's Austrian. I'm not sure. I need to look that up. I think it's an Austrian beer, but I'm not sure. I actually made this same T-shirt in blue, which says I hate blue, and down here says I know it's ironic, and I need to get one for me too. Happy to help, Nicholas, and thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. What do you paint for fun? Says Coraxis S. When I'm painting for fun, I paint either my Dead Zone Asterians or I paint my Kings of War armies that are all fantasy armies. So I have here one of my elves. There you go. Purely love. Halfway done in my cabinet so it doesn't get dusty, and that's what I paint for fun. What I paint for fun is what I play with, which is Kings of War and Dead Zone. Thank you very much again, Claminitus Prime. I sincerely really appreciate it. Yeah, it's 40% is insane. So good though, so good. It's only bottled, and that's something about that beer. It's called Sammy Klaus because it's only bottled once a year for Christmas. So each bottle also has a year of bottling, and each year is slightly bit different. And it's called Sammy Klaus because it means Santa Claus. Literally, it's Christmas beer. So good. You try some Australian craft beers. I would be delighted to. If I ever go to Australia, I will probably do. There are so many paint channels now, but you really stand out. The Lathan material in particular has really helped me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. When I started making these painting videos and the sculpting videos too, when I started, this started as a sculpting channel. What I wanted to do the most is make the best videos I could with the resources that I had at the moment, and always try to provide the best quality. So I always try to make my image be as clear as possible, my sound to be as good as possible, and all have like a professional feel. So I wanted graphics, I wanted everything to look as good as I could make it, and it has taken a lot of learning to do that, because I had no idea about video editing before this, and I had no idea about cameras or microphones or anything. And here we are. So thank to my generous patrons and channel members, I have been able to buy a new camera and have been able to buy this microphone here, and I've learned a lot, and I'm really happy and really appreciate it. Non-painting question: what video games are you looking forward to playing when you're not painting also miniatures? Well, I like classic games. I like Zelda games. I like Mario. I like Nintendo games, basically. Zelda, Mario, and I like Shovel Knight a lot, and all those classic 8-bit and 16-bit era games. That's all. Those are my favorite. All games that have that feel. Those are my favorites. What has been the biggest challenge in your mini painting journey so far? Probably painting that Elder Exarch that was really challenging. Will you paint any Kingdom Death models? I have no plans for. I don't have any, and I have no plans to get any. Sorry. I define. Yeah, Christian. Christian is a buddy of mine. We are in the same gaming group, and I actually have a Dead Zone game pending for the league, but I haven't been able to get out of work to actually play Dead Zone for a long while. So yes, we do have a game. We do have a game pending. Yeah, I also think Nicholas has a good point. I also think the way you stand out is that we can see what you do. All we have to do is sit and relax and wait the moment that you will do some mess on the mini. Yeah, I could edit all the mistakes out, and I do more mistakes than those that you see. But every time that I get a mistake and it's recorded, I always show it, because I think it's very important for people to remember that we all make mistakes. You often see people painting on videos and it's also perfect and also good, but it's not true. We all make mistakes. The difference between a new painter and a seasoned painter, a pro, as you may say, is that a new painter makes a mistake and it's like the end of the world. And when a pro painter makes a mistake, he just correct it and keep painting. So yes. The exercise was fantastic. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Are you into board games? We like to play. I like to play board games with my wife. Yes, but most of them are based around Disney properties. We are also actually really keen on the new Disney villainous game. So good, so good. And it's either that or Harry Potter, because she likes to enjoy the theme, and she's a Disney and Harry Potter fanatic. So yeah, again, the main issue, you should just play Hades Transistor. Maybe they're pretty good. Yeah, probably. You misspelled happy accidents. Yeah, mistakes happen all the time. Well, guys, I think we have been 53 people here. Thank you very much. We are 1 hour in, and I think that is as good as it's going to be. So thank you very much all for being here. It's quite late, and I want to at least watch a bit of TV with my wife. I really hope you have enjoyed this, and if you have any more questions, just please put them below. Remember, if you want to support me, you can join my channel members like Nicholas and Claminitus did, and you can also join my Patreon if you prefer Patreon for whatever reason. I just don't mind. Also check my merch if you want, and if you don't, just keep watching my videos, and that is also appreciated. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all of you that have been here with me. Oh, one more question. Okay, I will do that question and then I will end it, because I haven't seen that guy posting yet. Evgeny, I'm going to try to pronounce your name, and I will do it wrong, but I'm going to try. Evgeny Gurbatsky, what do you think about painting battle ready and parade ready? Okay, I have a very particular approach to armies. When I start painting an army, I first decide what the paint job will be, and then I decide how well I want the army to be painted. And what you see in the Heavy Contrast Marine series, that's basically how I paint armies. And once I have that decided, I just paint the army to that standard. That's my battle ready standard. I get why people would want to have an army painted quickly, and I really understand. But for me, I don't mind playing with gray models, but what I really like is painting. So if the army is not to the standard that I am happy with, I would just, even if it takes 5 years to paint an army, which I have done, I'm more than happy to wait 5 years and then have the army that I'm happy with, rather than spending 1 month and having an army that I don't like. But I really understand when people want to do quick videos, quick paint jobs, sorry. So yeah, if you need to have an army painted quickly, battle ready is absolutely fantastic, and you can actually later on improve on that if you want with some more highlights. So that's a good question actually. I don't differentiate between parade ready and battle ready. All my minis for my armies are painted to the same standard. Okay, so that's the last question. Thank you for asking, Eugenie. Yeah. So just thank you all again. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for all the questions. I really hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you next month. Remember, we will be doing this once a month, probably the first or second Saturday of the month, and I will hope you have more questions. And again, if you have more questions, sorry, just put them below. And if you don't mind waiting for your questions, I see you in 1 month. So thank you very much, guys, and I catch you in the next one. Bye.